can you explain the math live on behind the reverse carry trade? How exactly do we get to 750 or 1K? Sure. There's only maybe 3 billion XRP left on the market, and the demand that ensues to be able to gobble up that XRP would be a lot, right? Like a lot. And that's what drives it. So it is supply and demand. You could work it out on a graph, what you would need the inflows to be. And I don't think there's 3 billion XRP left on the market. When I talked to Simon a few years ago and we chatted over some whiskey, he's CEO or president of Uphold, he said, maybe 5 or 6 billion was all that was left between the exchanges and retail at that time. Now, Ripple has released more XRP since then. That was 2 years ago. So have the exchanges maintained that amount? Has retail increased their bags? Sure. Let's call it all the way up to the 6 billion between the exchanges and retail. There's probably only, left for sale. Realistically, I think less than 1 billion XRP left for sale on the open market. Now, retail at certain prices is obviously going to come in on that. But with, 8 billion is kind of the estimated inflows on the first day from JP Morgan on the XRP ETFs. If there's 1 billion, you get an 8x on the price immediately. So what would that push you to? $24, $25 pretty quickly. And then if you had treasury companies and you also have demand from, other institutions or people needing it to settle certain things, and maybe they don't want to, move it onto the market. And then you also have the demand from exchanges. If Tether were to go bad, that's where all of these dominoes kind of culminate to push it to 3 or 4 digits. It would be a constriction on supply. So, I'm talking about 1 billion or less. Let's say it was like 100 million and you've got 8 billion in inflows, or maybe there's 50 million left and there's 8 billion in inflows. Those are the situations where you're going to get crazy price